The mood was electric for night 2 of the Democratic National Convention. The crowd saw the highly anticipated speeches from former President Barack Obama and First Lady Michelle Obama. WRO's Julia Benbrook has the highlights from the United Center.
Night 2 of the Democratic National Convention here in Chicago, ending with a speech from former President Barack Obama, where he made the case for the Harris-Walz ticket and outlined the stakes of the election. He spoke after his wife, former First Lady Michelle Obama, and she gave a very, very strong plea to voters on both sides of the aisle to elect Vice President Kamala Harris. She spoke about her own upbringing, about Harris's upbringing, about the women who came before her. And here was one quote that really stood out. She said, "For years, Donald Trump did everything in his power to make people fear us. His limited and narrow view of the world made him feel threatened by the existence of two hardworking, highly educated, successful people who also happened to be black." Here's a bit more of what the former First Lady had to say.
Something wonderfully magical is in the air, isn't it? Yeah. You know, we're feeling it here in this arena, but it's spreading all across this country we love. A familiar feeling that's been buried too deep for far too long. You know what I'm talking about. It's the contagious power of hope.
So between that quote I read and then, of course, that quote that you just heard, you see that she really struck a balance between saying how serious the stakes are as they face former President Donald Trump and also the hope and enthusiasm behind the Harris campaign. She also coined a new catchphrase tonight. She had the entire crowd chanting, "Do something," as they move forward. Now, we also heard from Vice President Kamala Harris's spouse, Doug Emhoff. He gave a more personal approach. He talked about the things that he loves about the vice president, what she has done for their blended family, and described her as an anchor for them. That was a big stage for him tonight, and we expect to see him more in these next less than 100 days until the election. Reporting in Chicago, Julia Benbrook, WRAL News.